7 dies, plus 35 industry. Okay, here's my start. I hope you like coffee. Woof. Let's move up to these open plains, see what we can discover. Okay. Ebony. I'm a little put off by the fact that there are no actual discoveries on turn 1. Looks like we are fairly smack bang in the middle of the map, so I can go either way. Oh. Full bellies and healthy children, thank you, berries. Maybe a cheeky Joe start in my future. Not again, they say. Here's a river. Oh, that's going to really stuff my movement next turn to jump onto that, though. In case you don't know, stepping onto a river uses all your movement points. You see this little icon? It'll use up all my movement. But once I'm on it, I can ride it away. So I'm going to do it anyway. It's a waste of a turn on fast speed. Like a real waste of a turn. But let's see how we go. Grab this extra hunting party, and then we can send this one back to this discovery, and this one can ride the river... maybe downstream, or upstream, yeah. Let's snake our way up this way with this unit. This one will hoon over there and grab that discovery eventually, but we can continue to plot out this land. Hey, come back here! Oh, actually, don't worry, because there's my growth star. Found these nuts and got an extra unit, which will now, of course, do the classic split off and fight. I haven't quite got my knowledge star, so I'm not going to advance to the next era just yet. I'm going to do the old remind me later trickaroo. So this turn, I'm going to pillage the sanctuary, which will give me 20 food. So this will turn into 2, and then I can fight that mammoth. I can also probably use the terrain to my advantage if I manually fight this battle. They will step up onto the same level playing field as me, which I don't like, so I might just hop back and defend. That's the kind of attacks we're after. Absolutely brilliant. And the deer has been slain! Cool. So they actually got to 3, which is really good because we can jump onto this food and get them to 4. If that mammoth didn't move, in the same turn as we got D's berries, we can use 4 units. Actually, that's sort of too many. Oh well. We use the 4 units. We'll just insta-resolve. I guess that's the benefit of using 4 units. You get to insta-resolve. And now we should probably consider moving through to the next era. I would actually love to get those scientific discoveries first, though. That will put us on really good footing for the rest of the game. I'm keeping this one around this river because there are some pretty good locations for a first outpost, and it's a territory that has 2 dyes, which gives us extra industry. The key luxury, in my opinion, for the early game. So let's just stick on this river. See if we can... Ooh, yeah, I do like that. Okay, that's fine. Go the extra party. They can jump on that. Absolutely brilliant. And then this unit can walk through these awkward forests too. Yes! Brilliant! Grab the last knowledge star. So there are my 3 stars completed for this era. And of course, as avid humankind players will know, when you complete the last knowledge star, you do get this, a tribe's legacy. And we'll go with +1 industry per population. Wonderful. Right, now I'm in a position where I can probably place an outpost and move through. And I see really good locations here. +9, +12. That's great. Let's smash that down as our first outpost. And now let's have a look and see who we've got left to choose from. We have the Nubians, the Mycenaeans, the Harappans, and the Egyptians all taken. So the 3 best cultures are gone. Interesting. So I'm tempted by Joe because I have some mountains. I'm not really tempted by the Phoenicians. Obviously, I'm not tempted by the Olmecs. So it really leaves me... I'm not tempted by the Hittites. It leaves me with either the Babylonians or the Assyrians. And you know what? We don't often play expansionist cultures. Let's take the Assyrians. They're actually a very good pick as well. Their only downside is that they are expansionist, so you do struggle to get those stars. Also, I note we haven't actually found any opponents. So what I'm going to do is try and make a bit of an educated guess. I think that this island probably ends here, but it could continue this way for a very long time. This is, of course, random map settings leave me not really knowing what I'm dealing with, but I think this is likely the right move. So let's move that way. Keep 1 unit around here to claim these territories. Although actually this one is likely to be next. The beautiful thing about the Assyrians is that even though they're an expansionist, so we miss out a little bit there are 2 key things that I love about them. Firstly is the extra movement, which is great when you spawn in a world like this where there's so much opportunity that you just want to get out there and harvest. Secondly, they have a really cool, unique district called the Dunnu, which is essentially just a fort. Its yields are quite low, but it produces influence, and on your outposts, you can buy it with influence. So right here, before I even place a city down, I'm going to choose my Dunnu. I'm going to place it somewhere which I consider to be maybe a forward strategic position, like potentially this gap between these mountains. This looks like a very important tile to defend. So I'm going to smash a Dunnu down in there and then evolve this into a city and grab the pottery workshop. And that's going to get us off onto a reasonable start, actually, for one city. We're going to have reasonable influence production right from the get-go, which will hopefully fund future expansionism. Speaking of, let's go and have a look and see what we're dealing with here. I'll try and paint out some of the map for us now. Actually, while I'm here moving across, I'm just going to quickly smash down an outpost here because this is an 18-7, which is really good. It's neighboring the capital, it's moving in the direction that we need, and it doesn't have any luxuries, but it does have horses. And I need horses for this. Another real strength, actually, to the Assyrians. They're a very powerful unit, which is unlocked very early on with domestication. I love getting unique units that can be unlocked early. Super strong. And look at me go. I've smashed out the gates and we're away laughing. Ooh. I've discovered another river delta. Look at this. This is nuts. I've discovered an incredible array of rivers just to the south of Assyria, so I might try and move towards them. Just going to try and build up its food a bit first because it is starving, so it's not ideal. As always, we'll spend money to make money, so here you can see +2 influence from the Dunnu, and I'm earning 20 a turn, so I can spend about a turn's worth of influence to get an additional 2 influence per turn for the rest of the game. This is very good. It should snowball. Again, I'm going to try and place it in a somewhat strategic position, although they are fairly limited. Let's do it here next to this river. I'll grab the horses while I'm here as well. And this discovery too. Kawemo, $60, which actually, while you might think, I'd rather influence, the early game gold isn't bad, right? Because we can use it to... Well, I mean, this isn't a great example because it's only 2 gold, but we can use it to speed up the construction of some of our districts. Really nice to have. Also, these resource improvement districts don't use up stability, so they can be nice ones to smash out quickly. And we'll just get a nice little foodie base going here in the cap. Maybe queue up one of our units too. I'm quite interested in this territory because it has a river and 2 dyes. We already have 2 dyes over here. Oh my, we are the dye king. Oh my goodness, we basically have all of them. That is really good. I like that a lot. It's a shame we're not the Egyptians, but still, I like that a lot. Oh my goodness, and I've found the agrarian Harapans, and also the National Deer Convention of 2021 is also convening here. Army composition, I will absolutely hoover that up for the extra combat strength and liberty. Although really we should be using our influence to buy more influence rather than mucking around getting extra combat strength. Wouldn't hurt for an expansionist culture to have a bit of extra combat strength though, to be fair. Grab a religion while we're at it. Holy moly. And then smash down this territory. A 13-10 looks absolutely fantastic. Hoover that up immediately. And then try and connect those resources when we can. Might just move to the sanctuary and pillage it. Ooh. Hello, Lady Nubians. Good to see you. The Harapans would like to trade luxuries with us. We'll allow that and start establishing a bit of trade with them. Brilliant. Now that this outpost is down, I will continue with the spend money to make money thing and just smash down my Dunnu down that way. Cool. I kind of want to get my holy site down too now. Got a lot of things to do and not enough time to do it. Fight this mammoth from in my Dunnu. Absolutely confident to insta-resolve that, which is saying a lot. But I feel like that was a no-brainer. The Nubians would like to trade luxuries as well. Good on you. I am actually going to go for the relatively early holy site. I've attached up Uklun to Assur, so now the capital's got a few more people behind it, it's got a few more jobs behind it. It's coming along nicely. And then we might go for a second city down this way somewhere. Oh my god! More dye! I feel like I have every dye on the map. Let's absolutely hoover them up. This is what I love about humankind. The strategies sort of reveal themselves. So our strategy is probably to hook up as much dye as we can early on, use our outposts to generate more influence, place it down on that high ground river tile, that looks good, and then hoover up the dye, and hoover up the dye. We now have 6 out of the 8 possible dies connected already. Jeepers. There's another one as well. There's number 7. All the die on the map, essentially, is under my control within the very first territories that I settle. Amazing. For those unfamiliar, die is giving us plus 30 industry on all cities, and if we can get the wondrous effect with patronage, that'll go to plus 30%. But either way, at the moment, that is just massive. Assyria's industry is huge, and it doesn't even have any industrial quarters. Ooh, where did you come from? Not going to give them the outpost, but good to see that there are some units spawning and they're peaceful ones. Just to get that final die. It's mission connect the dice. Oh, and it's working quite well, actually. So, let me jump over here, grab this one. Boom. Smash down another Ordu. Don't mind if I Ordu. And grab those dies. We are now at 7 dies. Plus 35 industry on our cities. This early on in the game is absurd. Look at this. 72 industry. What? Let's really double down on that. See if we can ramp this up to stupid levels. Probably do need some industrial quarters, don't we? I'm also quite interested to use this extra industry to our advantage to maybe produce quite a quick standing army. We could, seeing as we've lucked into this massive die play, actually build a pretty strong standing army here in Assyria. Let's position them, let's have them spawning there in that Dunnu, right? The other benefit of the Dunnu is, of course, it acts like a garrison, so essentially you can set it as your land spawn. Brilliant, brilliant. And as I was saying earlier, let's get the second city online because our cities are massively industrious. Ooh, and here's another free city I may have prepared earlier. Oh boy, things are spicing up. Okay, let's send these units to potentially this free city. I will still build one of my own, I think. I could save for a wonder, but I would prefer to have 3 of my own, probably. Just because of the insane industry buff, right? Because we have so many dies, it's worth me getting cities online fast, I think. So let's do that. Then let's build maybe a bit of food here. What are we good at? Nothing, because we're quite awkwardly positioned. Let's hoover up someone else into this sphere of influence then. Ah, dear. You've left it completely undefended. And just like that, a card is mine. I do not want to try and fight these chariots with my scouts, though. That is just always a dreadful idea. Never do that. But we could maybe send one of them in as population into this city. There we go. A card. You've got some dudes. Please build us another Dunnu. And could we use it as an aggressive forward outpost? Maybe. Looks like the Harappan filth is spreading up here. Kerma's spreading down here. So yeah, we probably can actually do quite an aggressive Dunnu. Then let's connect this luxury. Probably should get the pottery workshop bought first. And maybe work on a bit of food here too. Could choose our culture, but I might just delay that for a minute because if you have a look at my stars, you can see that this star in a reasonably priced car has a little bit more work to do to just get a couple of goldies or at least some silvers. So I'll hang around for a couple more turns, I think. Right, so I've just gone through and got trade everything and basically picked up every resource that I can trade, which by and large was actually just a couple of extra horses with my neighbours, so nothing super sexy, but it'll do. And older card here can actually get territory number 2, so let's give it Womp a second territory. Brilliant! And we should continue to do this expansionist thing down here, I suppose. Got 2 sages here. I'm not mad at that. Plus 12, 17. Woof, get me down there. Don't you dare claim that. Oh, no, they're just going to run straight past. Fantastic. You fools. Right, let's grab this. This is also important because it creates a physical barrier, whomp, straight down the middle of this continent. So I can assume, although they might try and settle stuff out here, I can assume that this is generally my land over this side, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A million of them. My land. Leadership as well is very important, seeing as we're going for a more aggressive city settling and connecting strategy, because we're expansionists. So let's go +1 city cap. That'll help keep our influence generation high as well, because we do already have 3 cities. Whew. Whoa, all the stars. How are my stars looking, actually? 1 more territory to connect to have an expansionist star, which is such an achievement. We're nearly going to go for gold with aesthete as well. Maybe not scientist, but I reckon we can go for gold with the merchant and potentially the agrarian too if we play our cards right. Which probably actually means playing our cards right and training a couple of extra units here. Ooh, another city has just formed up here, and someone is trying to fight me, which I will not have a bar of. Let's head up here and see if we can put these independent people down with our 4 Assyrian riders, cavalry, and pillagers as well that generate additional money when destroying an outpost or independent camp. Well, how fitting. And you know what? The more outposts, the merrier. Let's keep smashing them down. They build up, and then I do what I've just done here and connect their luxuries. We're building a strong empire using our additional influence generation thanks to our Dunnus, really to our advantage here, just to try and smash out as much expansionism as we can. Oh, I hate fighting these chariots, but let's give it a go. It'll get us some military stars anyway. This is a pretty poor deployment point as well, just because we're basically stuck on the low ground. What I could do is fall back, but we're actually doing reasonable damage here. If I fall back as well, I'll have to fall back onto the river, which actually may not be a terrible idea. But for now, I think we'll just hold this high ground and then pull phase 2 troops back over the other side of this river to try and bait the AI into fighting me on the river. They'll also likely go for the flag. Even more bait. Force them to come onto the river. They think they're winning by taking my flag, but little do they know. Swap out this boy, who's a little weak, and advance in here. Take out that unit, because that's a free kill. And technically they won, because they captured the flag, but to be honest, I'm considering that really a victory for us. And as I've said already a million times, I think the key to building up this expansionism is building more Dunnus. The more Dunnus we have, the better. So the more outposts we have, the better. It also gives us more luxury and strategic resources, right? We just keep snowballing here. And you know what? I've got these massive armies standing around doing a whole lot of not much. So I think we march forward. There are some independent people appearing who can probably give me my military stars sort of for free. So let's march towards them instead of any AIs just yet. Now that I've got harbours as well, I can use my influence to really speed up the food gain in these territories to ensure that they have maximum population when we go to connect them up. Oh my goodness, there are independent people literally everywhere! Let's fight these ones. By the way, in case you haven't gathered, I'm actually sticking around in this era for a bit longer just because it is going so well. I'm going to come out of their city, which is great for me. Backstab, how do you like me now? He actually likes me quite a lot because he can jump back into his city. Nicely done, team. Military star as expected. And another outpost down. More resources to add to our collection. This one is fairly average. +3, +8's probably fine because I can do the harbour trick. Oh, and this unit is fighting this independent tribe. Brilliant. Unfortunately, we only have one unit that can jump over walls, and it's a scout, which is a little difficult, I acknowledge. Let's get them off the river, for starters. Put this unit on the river instead to try and distract. I don't know. We need to get away from the walls. We also really need to take that down to defend the scout, so let's do that. Nice. They are going to come out of their walls to fight me, which is, to be fair, was a great attack for them, so credit to them. Really poorly positioned unit. Although maybe baiting them out with the poorly positioned unit was the play? Seeing as these territories behind me are considered fairly safe, it's actually not a terrible idea to be taking some of these forward outposts instead. Particularly for the horses, but of course also for the aggressive Dunnu, right? How do you like me now? Look at that forward boundary. Brilliant. How are we doing over this side? Okay. We've got some territories to improve, right? More Dunnus, more resources, more harbours, more fun! 1, 2 luxuries under my belt soon. Brilliant. Also upgrading our religion now. And I think for this playthrough, we probably just want to really double down on our industrial production here. We've managed to fluke into a really great industrial start, even though we're not playing an industrial culture, which is freaking awesome. So let's try and stick with that. We will try and stick with that next time. Indeed, this is the end of episode 1 of this playthrough, but let me tell you, I've already recorded episode 2 at the time of editing this, and it gets even more freaking nuts. There may be a wonder There may be some conquest. There may be some fantastic city development. It's super spicy, and I can't wait to share it with you tomorrow. Until then, I'll see you then. Take care, and bye, everybody.